Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Liv Morgan will go head-to-head against Rhea Ripley at WWE Bad Blood, with the former's title on the line. Before their clash, the Women's World Champion made a surprising claim about the Eradicator. Ripley had a 2-year on-screen romantic relationship with Dominik Mysterio. However, the former NXT North American champion turned on the former Women's World Champion at SummerSlam to side with Morgan. In a recent interview with Peter Rosenberg on Cheap Heat, the latter claimed the Eradicator still had unresolved issues with Dirty Dom. The current Women's World Champion dubbed her WWE rival a desperate, lonely loser. She stated that Ripley was highly hurt and offended by Dirty Dom and still wanted his attention. Rhea? The biggest, most pathetic, desperate, lonely loser, who I think still low-key loves Dominik. No matter what she says, she's still in love with Dominik? You know, I don't think she's still in love with him. But I think she's highly hurt and offended by Dominik. And I think she still wants his attention, she said. 2400 hours 15 to 2400 hours 42, Liv Morgan doesn't think any WWE superstar can steal Dominik Mysterio from her in her interview on Cheap Heat. Liv Morgan also addressed the possibility of another female WWE superstar stealing Dominik Mysterio from her, just as she had done with Rhea Ripley. The Women's World Champion disclosed that she wasn't worried about that, pointing out that she and her on-screen boyfriend were inseparable. No, Dominik and I are like this, cross his fingers for good luck, Morgan said. I mean, look at me. Who am I going to be worried about? After helping Morgan defeat Ripley at SummerSlam, Dominik Mysterio will not be capable of doing the same at Bad Blood. Last Monday, Raw General Manager Adam Pearce made the decision to have Dirty Dom locked inside a shark cage when the Women's World Champion defends her title against Mommy at the Premium Live event. As the atmosphere in the arena electrified, the upcoming WWE Bad Blood event loomed closer. Fans were eagerly anticipating explosive matches, but it was a surprising claim from Liv Morgan that stole the spotlight on a recent episode of WWE SmackDown. In a candid backstage interview, Morgan dropped a bombshell regarding Rhea Ripley's feelings for Dominik Mysterio, igniting speculation and drama leading into the event. The tension had been brewing for weeks, with Ripley and Morgan both embroiled in their own respective feuds, yet they couldn't escape the gravitational pull of the rising star that was Dominik Mysterio. Dominik, who had found a new level of confidence under the guidance of Ripley and his father, Rey Mysterio, was at the center of a brewing storm. With Morgan's unexpected revelation, the already complex dynamics were about to get even more tangled. As Liv sat down with Kayla Braxton for the exclusive interview, her demeanor shifted from playful to serious. I've been around Rhea long enough to know that she doesn't just partner with anyone. There's something deeper between her and Dominik, Liv asserted, her eyes narrowing. I'm not saying it's romantic, but Rhea cares about him more than she lets on. And that could complicate things, especially with the match against me looming. Kayla raised an eyebrow, her curiosity piqued. Are you suggesting that Rhea's feelings for Dominik could affect her performance at Bad Blood? Liv nodded, her expression filled with a mix of concern and determination. Exactly. Rhea is tough, but she's still human. If there's anything going on, it could distract her at a crucial moment. I'm not going to let her head games get to me, but it makes me wonder where her loyalties truly lie. The claim sent shockwaves through the WWE universe. Fans flooded social media with theories and speculation, dissecting every moment of Ripley and Dominik's interactions over the past few months. Was there a budding romance that Ripley was hiding, or was it simply Liv stirring the pot as part of her mind games? In the days following Liv's comments, the tension escalated. During a tag match on WWE Raw, Ripley and Dominik teamed up against Morgan and a mystery partner, but the chemistry between Ripley and Dominik was palpable, with small gestures and supportive glances exchanged throughout the bout. Liv, however, was relentless, using the opportunity to capitalize on any perceived distraction. She constantly taunted Rhea about her connection to Dominik, turning the match into a psychological battle. "Come on, Rhea. Focus," Liv shouted, drawing the crowd's attention. "Is your head even in the game, or are you too busy thinking about your little protege?" The crowd erupted in cheers and laughter, clearly enjoying the mind games as the tension heightened. Ripley, who had always prided herself on being mentally tough, seemed unfazed on the surface, but those watching closely could see the slight twitch of her jaw. Was Liv right? Was Rhea's connection to Dominik becoming a liability? The questions lingered in the air, creating a palpable sense of uncertainty leading into bad blood. As the event drew nearer, the atmosphere grew thicker with anticipation. Liv Morgan ramped up her campaign, often posting cryptic messages on social media, hinting at secrets and revelations regarding Ripley and Dominik. Her posts were accompanied by manipulated photos of Ripley looking lovingly at Dominik, and they quickly went viral, adding fuel to the speculation. In response, Ripley took to the ring, her demeanor cold and composed. "You think you can play mind games with me, Liv? I've seen your tricks, and they won't work," she stated, her voice steady. "I know what I need to do at Bad Blood, and it's not about anyone else's feelings. It's about me and my reign. Dominik is strong, but I'm not going to let distractions take me down. I'm focused on winning." But even as she spoke, the doubts were evident. In a moment that would later be dissected by fans and analysts alike, Dominik stood by her side, looking on with admiration, but also an undeniable tension in the air. Liv's claim had clearly struck a nerve, and it was difficult to determine whether it was all part of a larger strategy or if genuine emotions were involved. As the days turned into hours leading up to the event, the energy was electric. Fans packed the arena, buzzing with theories and excitement. Liv Morgan, with her ever-expanding fan base, was on a quest not just for victory, but for personal redemption after her recent setbacks. Meanwhile, Rhea Ripley was fighting to maintain her stronghold over the division and to prove that she was more than just a partner to Dominik, she was a champion in her own right. On the night of WWE Bad Blood, the arena was filled with anticipation. Fans chanted and waved signs, ready for the main event. As Liv and Rhea squared off, the tension was palpable. Both women were prepared to leave everything in the ring, but the weight of Liv's earlier claims loomed large. The match began with a fierce exchange of blows, but as the match wore on, it became clear that something was amiss. Rhea, usually unstoppable, hesitated at key moments. Was it Liv's taunts or the pressure of her relationship with Dominik that was affecting her? Liv seized on the opportunity, delivering a stunning maneuver that sent Rhea crashing to the mat. "Is this where you show your true colors, Rhea?" Liv shouted, her voice laced with triumph as the crowd roared. "Maybe you should be worried about who you're fighting for." In that moment, the question was no longer just about the match, it was about trust, loyalty, and the emotional battlefield that wrestling often embodies. As the match escalated, Rhea found her rhythm, channeling her frustration into an aggressive comeback. The crowd roared as she took control, but Liv's relentless spirit pushed her forward. In the closing moments, with the crowd at a fever pitch, Ripley executed a flawless riptide, securing the victory. But as she stood tall, a flicker of doubt crossed her face when she glanced at Dominik at ringside, leaving fans to wonder if Liv's claims had indeed seeped into her psyche. In the end, the true story would unfold in the coming weeks as the fallout from the match rippled through the WWE landscape. Liv Morgan had lit a fuse, and the explosion of drama that followed was bound to captivate fans. Would Rhea Ripley confront her feelings about Dominik? Could Liv leverage this moment into her own rise within the women's division? As the night concluded, one thing was certain: the road ahead was fraught with tension, trust, and the ever-present question of what lies beneath the surface in the world of professional wrestling.